our friend Marcel who 76 years ago, as a 10-year-old, walked this same path to look for his family. Today we walk for Marcel, we walk for all the survivors, and we walk for the many, many who couldn't walk, who never left and were unable to leave this horrible place. We walk because we can, and we walk for them. This house we not do all we can at this time to honor the survivors, keep the memory of the Holocaust alive, to make sure that this never happens again to the Jewish people or to any other people. And I think very importantly at this time, when there are Holocaust survivors still living in poverty, that we as a people need to do a much better job of making sure we take care of them in their later years. We want to raise awareness about the world situation of survivors in the world, both by walking and having people all around the world join us. Today I'm walking, with Brian Kaplan, my friend, walking to JCC, and with my wife, Tasha Leonard. Brian?
Today also marks the launch of the new Right for the Living Global Challenge. Last year we had the virtual Right for the Living, no longer the pandemic. We had over 1,300 people from all over the world, 16 countries, come together who collectively walked, ran, and rode their bikes 6 full laps around the globe in honor of Holocaust survivors and Jewish life in Poland. And we knew that we had to do something bigger this year. So today on January 27th, we're launching the Global Challenge. Registration has already opened, and we've had over 700 people sign up so far. By June, when the program actually starts, we hope to have over 1,500, and we're well on our way. 15,000, and we're well on our way. So thank you to everyone who's already signed up. And if you haven't yet, please do. Registration will stay open until June.
I cieszę się, że dzisiejszym wyzwaniem będziemy mogli wesprzeć naszych seniorów. Bardzo dumna z tego, że jest tutaj dzisiaj razem.
Today, the three of us are walking, but we're walking for all of you, we're walking for all of them, we're walking for all of your relatives who couldn't leave here, who were murdered here, and we're walking for all of you and all of your relatives and families who survived and who showed us the meaning of resilience and courage by rebuilding their lives after the Holocaust. This is for all of them.
Hello. We are on our walk from Auschwitz to the JCC. Just an update, we're about 20 kilometers in. We've been walking for, 3 hours or something. We are reaching, we're at a little bit of an off-road situation, as you see. Some pretty deep snow. Here's Kasha. Ryan, we are feeling good. It stopped snowing, which is very positive. We're happy about that. And just eager to continue on our way and try to do what we can to raise awareness and raise support for not only our Holocaust survivors in Krakow, but for Holocaust survivors around the world that need support. They need our help, they need your help, and we hope that by having people join us in June all around the world and walk this same 60-mile or 50-mile, whatever it turns out to be, distance from Auschwitz back to Krakow, the path that our community's taken, the path from the darkness to the light, the path that the Jewish people has taken, really always centuries and centuries of oppression. We always remain optimistic and positive and always look toward a brighter future. And we hope by people joining us all over the world in June to walk that same 50, 60-mile distance, walk it, run it, ride it over the month, that people will use that to start a dialogue more about the Holocaust survivors, even locally raise money for themselves, for the Holocaust survivors in their own communities. We really want this to be something that goes not, we don't see this only as something for Krakow, but we want to help and focus attention on the survivors all around the world. Hi Benji, hi Lona, hi Ava. So yeah, we're feeling good. This a lot of it has been road. This part is we're in sort of deep snow, which is kind of interesting. I'm gonna see if I can turn the camera around, sort of see what we're walking through here. But don't worry, we've got it all GPS'd. And to be honest, you know, it really makes you think a little bit. We're here with Gore-Tex and spandex and Lycra and hats and GPS and everything that we could want, comfortable everything. And, you know, we're healthy and we had a good breakfast and ate dinner last night. And it's just really almost impossible to imagine, as we think on International Holocaust Remembrance Day, almost impossible to imagine what people went through during the war and after and during the Holocaust and after. Oh, we've reached an interesting moment, which is a giant tree in our path. Ryan, is this part of our...
This is challenge number 1 on our Ironman trek.
Yeah, I'm not sure we were expecting this, which is a giant tree that fell down in our path, but we will, fear not, we will go around the tree. We are okay, with Kasha leading the way. Ryan and I are struggling. Kasha's got no problem with this.
She's our mountaineering expert.
Kasha is from Krakow, so used to this. This is a normal. This is how Kasha used to walk to school. Kasha walked to school more or less like this every day. So yeah, we're just getting back on the path. Ryan assures us that we are still on the path. We do see footsteps here, so we feel that we're not lost. But yeah, we're hoping that's the case. So if you haven't signed up yet for our global challenge in June, remember, June, not January in Poland. Wherever you are in June, I'm guessing, unless you're in Australia. But even in Australia, the weather's going to be better than this, and you have a month to do it, not doing it in one day. So please, if you can sign up, get your friends, share it, whoever, your family, anybody you can, to get them to sign up for our Ride for the Living Global Challenge, walk, ride, or run 60 miles in June during the whole month. And by doing so today, we'll have an $18 donation made to us. It just takes 2 minutes to sign up. No fundraising for you, minimum, no fundraising requirement, nothing. You just sign up and we will get $18. More than 700 people signed up so far. And thank you for, I'm sure many of the people watching are among those 700. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for everyone who's supporting us all during the year on Ride for the Living and supporting us now. As you can see, we're back on the path. Nothing will deter us. Nothing will stop us. We will continue until we make it to Krakow. It's starting to snow very, very little bit here, but we feel good. And the magnitude of what happened today with the liberation and the Holocaust is very much on our minds. Today, we're thinking about Marcel Zielinski, our friend Marcel, who does the ride with us every year, who's now 86 years old, comes to Krakow from Montreal where he lives. And 76 years ago on this day, he did this walk. And at 3 p.m. Krakow time, I will be calling in to Marcel as part of our AMA, and we'll talk to Marcel and ask him how much he remembers from that day 76 years ago, January 27th, 1945, when Marcel, a 10-year-old Marcel Zelinsky, was liberated by the Soviets and began his walk to Krakow. And we walk in his name, we walk in honor of Marcel, we walk in honor of all those who survived and who are with us, all those who survived and who are no longer with us, and we walk in the name of all those who do not have a name, all the untold thousands and hundreds of thousands who died with no grave to mark them, and we have them in our thoughts as well, all the victims of the Holocaust and all the survivors of the Holocaust. So we'll check in a little bit later.
Hi, Mom. She's definitely asleep.
Your mom's asleep, so we'll check in a couple hours. Feeling good. Take care, you guys. Have a nice day, and we'll see you a little bit later. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and Ezra May in Melbourne, good following morning. We are on our way in Marcel's footsteps. Marcel Zelinsky, Holocaust survivor who walked from Auschwitz to Krakow, and we are following in his footsteps. We've been on the road, time is it? We've been on the road for 11 hours. Feeling good. We are approaching Krakow. Spirits are high. We are feeling strong. Excited as we are getting close to the city limits. It's been a good day. We are happy to be back on asphalt, and even here, which is quite luxurious, a sidewalk. We went through some deep snow. It was snowing a lot, more than we expected, but all good. Thanks to the miracle of Gore-Tex, we are feeling really good. I was so excited by that talk with Marcel. I have to tell you that of all the pain and everything during that half-hour talk with Marcel, I felt like I was just flying. It was really something amazing to talk to him, especially as we could hear about his walk and what he remembered from it 76 years ago today, or 76 years ago this week. So we're 11 hours in. I think about another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, but we're trying to push it a little bit now that we can actually walk at a reasonable speed since we're not ankle deep in snow. Sorry about the lighting here, everybody. We are able to move a little bit faster, but we feel good. I have to quick shout out, first of all, everybody who supported us, everybody who supports the JCC and signed up for the walk for the Global Challenge in June. Please, there's still time to sign up. And if you do, we will still have there will be an $18 donation made in your name and your friend's name, your family's name. Sign everybody up. If you have a dog and the dog likes to walk, we will accept that. Sign up any loved one, maybe a parakeet. Parakeet can fly for the living in June. We'll accept that as well. But we are feeling good, and on our way into Krakow. Can I see any comments? Jeffrey Rowe, that looking good. Having any fun yet? I have to tell you, I think it has been fun. It has been a lot of fun. It's been a challenge, hasn't been easy. I definitely feel those few years since I did it last at age 51 with more or less 4 slip discs. But not to complain, but I feel very, very good. Try to keep up with the youngins, Kasha and Ryan, who are significantly younger, and Kasha, who is just some type of Wonder Woman non-human species that doesn't feel any pain and can just sort of run at any speed for any distance. So yeah, feeling good. We will go back. Stop crying. All right, Jeffrey. Maybe I'll have Jeffrey. All right, and I'm not going to say anything. No, I'm not crying. I'm saying it's fun. I'm just pointing out facts. I'm enjoying myself very much. It's been a good day, and happy it stopped snowing. Be excited. I can't decide if I'm going to go for the sauna or not. JCC basement, lovely sauna. That's a possibility. Still have to. Kash and I had a big discussion about who's going to walk the dog tonight. I will walk the dog, although walking is not my favorite my favorite verb at this point. But yeah, I will hobble with the dog. I think the biggest thank you today, the most difficult thing, I wanted to say, first thing was Suel and Cadis, the Cadis family, who sent us hand warmers.
Yeah,
What life-saving these hand warmers, by the way.
Thank you.
Life-saving hand warmers. That was really, so thank you for that. We're eternally thankful. And a huge thank you to Olga Adamovska, who's taking care of our dog. As some of you know, not an easy thing to do. She had to wear like oven mitts so not to get bitten by the dog. But Olga walked the dog today, as Kash and I have been on the road, obviously, and we had to make sure that the dog would go out. Kasha wanted to bring the dog with us. I didn't think that was a good idea. Not because she couldn't walk, but just because at a certain point, if she got tired, she'd have to go in the van. So we are excited to be getting into Krakow. I think we will come back on live right as we approach the JCC in I don't know, an hour and a half maybe. See if that's Ryan, hour and a half. Ryan, who's setting the pace. Ryan is our leader, leading us, pulling us along. Ryan with much younger legs than I have. So we will be there in an hour and a half or so. I hope you've all had a good day. I hope that everyone around the world has been able to take a little bit of time and think about the Holocaust, think about what happened, think about what it means for all of us, think about the idea that these conditions that led to that happening are not so far away from us. I think we have now seen a situation where we understand the fragility of democracy. We understand that the Holocaust was not possible because of the bad people who did it. The Holocaust was possible because of the people who stood by and let it happen. And Marian Turski, who is a 94-year-old Polish Holocaust survivor, an amazing, amazing man, really in many ways the moral center of our Polish Jewish community, made an amazing speech last year at Auschwitz. And he said that Auschwitz didn't fall from the sky. Auschwitz was people. But I think the thing that will stick with me most is what he said, that the most important thing is nie bądź obojętny. Don't be indifferent. And to this democracy, this life that we all have is just based on people who have to work for it all the time. So I hope that people around the world today, especially on International Holocaust Remembrance Day, have thought about that. I think we in America understand how fragile democracy is and how we have to work even harder to make sure that our children and grandchildren inherit this world that we inherited, and maybe even in a little bit of a better shape, certainly not in much worse shape. So I will coming back at you in a hour and a half or so, hour and a half, I guess, when we will be approaching Krakow. So thank you, everybody. By the way, I need a little feedback on the beard. I wasn't sure. I thought it would look good for today. You know, the sort of as if we're climbing Everest or something like this. So of course I ask you about the beard as I'm invisible now. But anyway, any feedback about the beard that's coming in very white, by the way. Who knew? Who knew I was this old? Anyway, I will see you guys soon in an hour and a half or so. Have a good afternoon, a good day. We'll talk soon. Bye.
The final steps.
We are live. Hello. Well, there you have it, folks. We are on world famous Miodowa Street as we make those final steps toward the JCC. We are feeling all right. It's been over 13 hours. We are about just a couple minutes away, walking down this final street. Hopefully the JCC is open. Not sure if I have my keys. We're a little late for business hours, but hopefully Seb and the team will let us in. The weather stayed okay for the rest. no more. We didn't have any more snow, and we had lots of something that I have a newfound appreciation for, which is pavement. Good old pavement. What are you saying, Jeffrey? Kol hakavod. Ah, thank you, Jeffrey. Appreciate that, my brother. So, you know, it's been an interesting day. I think I would say, to be honest, I would say that I enjoyed it. Ryan?
Loved it.
Ryan loved it. Kasha?
Yes, loved it.
Kasha seems slightly less enthusiastic, but we figured out that Ryan and I are totally awake and not tired, but Ryan and I are in pain, and Kasha is in no pain, but is completely exhausted. So together, the three of us would make a solid team. Maybe we'll do it next time in stages, like a relay race. Kasha, well, you know, not to make light of these things, but I think for Kasha, there's new meaning to the term never again. Kasha's never again is never again doing this. But no, I enjoyed it, and I think that something meaningful to do. I hope that everybody watching also felt that they were there with us. For me, to be honest, it was an honor to be able to do something like this. I'm always mindful, especially living in Krakow, especially with the history here. I am always mindful of all those who are unable to do that. And you can't complain about doing a little walk when people didn't have the opportunity. I'm gonna show you the building. As we walk up on the JCC building, you see the marching band, fireworks, balloons, playing We Are the Champion. We're coming into the JCC. You know, one of the great leaders of the last 100 years, the Jewish leaders, Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, who marched with Dr. King, he talked about praying with your feet. That it's not only prayers and sitting in synagogue and doing that, but your actions. And I think today, while we didn't really pray, well, maybe Ryan and Kasha, we didn't really pray too much, but we commemorated with our feet and we honored with our feet. We prayed we commemorated and we honored with our feet, and hopefully we honored Marcel and we honored the survivors, everyone who left that horrible place. And now we're able, as you can see behind us, as we have the banner in Ride for the Living Global Challenge in Marcel's footsteps. And we welcome all of you. In June, for the whole month of June, we will celebrate Holocaust survivors, celebrate the survivors who are still with us, celebrate the survivors who are no longer with us. We call on everyone to walk, ride, or run this 60-mile distance together with us wherever you are in the world. So far we have 30 countries signed up. So please sign up, get your friends, your family, everybody to sign up and join us. Let's show the Holocaust survivors that they're not forgotten. In your own communities, you can do it. Work, raise money for your own communities, raise money and support Holocaust survivors. It's a tragedy that so many survivors are still living in poverty all around the world. The number is staggering, and considering what they've been through, we need to make sure that that doesn't happen. And we're trying very hard to take care of our survivors here in Krakow, and we want to please use our platform and take care of your survivors everywhere in the world. Ryan? Yeah.
This was a very, very emotional, very nice day for us. It shouldn't have been nice, but it was, I think, a pleasant walk for, you know, as much as we could do. And Marcel and all of the Holocaust survivors and those who didn't survive were on our minds the whole time.
Thank you, Ryan. Kasia, po polsku?
Tak, chciałam podziękować wszystkim za wsparcie i jestem bardzo szczęśliwa, że udało nam się ukończyć nasz marsz i tym samym upamiętnić wszystkich, którzy są dzisiaj tak ważni dla nas i mamy wszystkich w sercu. Marcel, całujemy Cię i nie możemy się doczekać, żeby się zobaczyć w Krakowie.
So, please support local organizations, whether it's Self-Help in New York, UJA, who's doing so much, organizations in Israel doing so much to support your survivors. Let's make sure that these last years of the survivors, they're not getting any younger. Let's make sure that these last years of the survivors, whether they're in Krakow or anywhere around the world. Let's make sure that these last years of the survivors are spent with dignity, with honor, with comfort, with what they do, and everything they deserve. They represent the best in us, the best in all of us, and we owe them a tremendous, tremendous debt. So I call on all of you and all of us to make sure that our survivors are taken care of. Please join us. Thank you. Signing off. I feel that there could be a very hot bath in my future at some point, but first I'm going to go for a little run, go for a jog, walk the dog as I said, and get some rest. I want a special thank you to the amazing, I'm going to turn the camera around for a second, turn the camera around, to Sebastian and Anya, our support vehicle, who were with us the whole day, started the day with us at 4 in the morning. Really wouldn't have been possible without them. Did a great job. You know, it was us that were sort of walking, and we get all the credit for it, but behind the scenes stuff is in many ways very often even more difficult. So thank you very much, everybody. Sending love.
Thank you.
And see everybody as soon as possible in Krakow, and see you all in June. If you haven't signed up, I see who's watching. Make sure you sign up. We got to get to 1,000. We're getting close. Let's make it to 1,000 people and send a message to the world. Thank you. Be well. Laila Tov. Krakow out.